Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, Agri and Millstone, who do well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and your eye can push in His words out the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your callings and elections sure. Shalom, shalom. And it's going to be a lesson going into the chariots. Right, as birds flying, so shall he. I'll get that actually. Started up with that and then play the video. This is the book of Isaiah 31 and verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. And how is he going to preserve us? Through that thermonuclear missiles. Through the destruction of the thermonuclear missiles, Salaki. Okay. It says, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it. Right? Because those chariots, those UFOs are not only going to be there for our defense and protection during the time of Jacob's trouble, but also our deliverance. Okay. Right. And let me just go into the video. And this is posted by the brother Jeremiah, servant of Yahushua. And he has some precepts down here, Psalms 142. Who covereth thyself with light as with garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain, who laid the beams of his chambers in the waters, and maketh the clouds his chariots, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Verse 4, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. Okay, because so-called UFOs, as have they been renamed to UAPs, have been are actually the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, and those chariots are going to deliver us. As birds flying, what does it say? It says, "Who walketh upon the wings of the wind?" Right. His ministers a flame of fire. A flaming fire is the way they shine. When it's a chariot, it shines different. It has a different glare. It has a different glare to it, right? And as you can see, this is during the daytime. You can see it pop. You can see them pop up and go away. Look at that. This is, a good video, man, and a good lesson. Going to the brothers that are out there, teaching alone. I may have a couple of brothers with me, coming into this time of Jacob's trouble. Don't worry, don't stress too much. Remember what happened with Elisha. Let's get this. Elisha chariots, let's see if he pops up. Yup. I can read that verse. 2 Kings 6 and verse 14. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compasseth the city both with horses and chariots. And when you go into horses, it just means powers. It means power. And the servant said unto him, At last, my master, how shall we do? He answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Okay, when you're going into these chariots are actually going into, the actual horses of a chariot. Okay, and they're coming to what? Get, Elisha. And he said, he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. You see? So, hey, man, Esau, Edom is going to do the same thing. He's going to come down having great wrath, right? Because when you go up, yep, the Armenians, yep. The Armenians, it's not the Armenians, the Arameans plot to capture Elisha. Is not Esau, Edom getting ready to come down having great wrath to come, rob us brothers up and take us into FEMA camps or these different prisons? I just got done watching a video by the brother Azan Amath, right? He was going into how, the 501c3 camps and those that took that deal, they are, in coherence with the CIA and these other alphabet, groups that are out to get us, us brothers. But, fear not. Fear not. For they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Look at that. That's another thing too, man. That's why I love, going to the Chariots, Esau, Edom, and your other nations. You can't explain the way they move. You can't explain these type of aircrafts. You can't explain how they become one and then turn into four and then turn into one again and then become 10 and then just disappear. Or how sharp the turns are. Right? At the speed that these chariots move at. And the way they make a hard right, no one will be able to, survive that. But again, these are not of this world, man. They're of a different dimension, but they're going to be played out here in real time. Let's get the book of Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, right? Because this is how they look, right? When you look at a chariot, it looks like a whirlwind. Okay, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. You see, these chariots are not only going to defend, but they're also going to attack. Like the movie War of Worlds, right? Esau, Edom knows that this stuff is getting ready to happen. Esau, Edom has the records, bro. Esau, Edom has all of, of the evidence, right, he needs. But you Jakes, man, you people are out here just living in gross darkness, bro. You're not going to understand until we're in the kingdom. Now, the scripture says that, let me get this. 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. You're not going to understand until you're dead, bro. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse, I can maybe start at verse, 8. Really go up, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works. You see, you got to be working, man. You got to be making lessons. You got to be watching lessons, taking notes, hearing brothers out. You got to be applying these scriptures, right? When brothers, give you counsel, you gotta actually take that counsel into consideration. Remember, hey, you gotta work, and by faith, and you gotta have faith that your works are gonna be heard, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna accept them. Whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils. What are these said perils? Hey, these blackouts, famine, pestilences, sedition among men, invading one another with guns in their hands. Right? Shit hitting the fan scenario. Jacob trouble. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, verse 9, which now have abused my ways. They have cast them away despitefully, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. You heard the truth. You heard brothers talk about, putting down that pork, putting down that crawfish, right? Repentance. And it hurt your spirit. And you think to yourself that, man, fuck that. I want to eat whatever I want to do. I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, right? You're able to live deliciously here in America, Babylon the Great. And they that have loathed, hated my law, while they had yet liberty, right? Right now we have liberty. The scriptures tell you that if we may abound in grace, does that mean that we shall sin? God forbid. Right? You had these new two bug outs, coming out of the Chicago camp, claiming that these other nations can, make it, and we don't got to keep the law. All right, we'll see what happens. Because we know what the scriptures say about, teaching those, let me get this just real quick. Just get this. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments. All right, let me get another precept before I go into that too. Yep. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, right? Hey, you don't got to follow the law to the best of your ability. You can do whatever you want to do. You're good. And shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And then you're going to go on to say, but we can't hold the law to 100% true, to 100%, which is true, because the law is not going to deliver you. But because grace may abound, let me get that just real quick, just to give you some understanding on that. Right? What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Because we're under grace right now. We're at that time of liberty. God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? We're already in debt with sin. And we know what the wages of sin are. Death. This is the book of Acts chapter 15 and verse 5. And this is actually not the precept. Law of Moses. Yep, there you go. This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 39. And by him all that believe are justified from all things, from which ye could not be justified by the law of Moses. Okay? We know we're not able to keep certain laws. We know we're not able to, have our Eves, put away during her, her cycle. We know we're not able to, hold particular laws, but we still got to keep them to the best of our ability. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid, and that should be it. God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? And he expounds on it. So you got those bug outs, man, out of the Chicago camp, saying that these other nations can make it and that we don't got to follow the law. And they that have hated my law, and that goes for you Christians too, man. You Christians love to teach, we're in the New Testament, which you don't even understand that. The Old Testament and the New Testament are coherent with one another. Okay? And they that have hated my law, and I'm still going to eat pork. I'm still going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to commit fornication. I want to live like I want to turn up. While they had yet liberty, and when as yet of place, Salakia, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. That's the only way you're going to be able to understand what the fuck we're talking about. These chariots. And really, that's when it's going to be. Let me get this. So, man, we got to get on our A game, bro, because this shit, we down the street. Klaus Schwab said, and, not only that, them chariots, right, the video of the chariots, but Klaus Schwab said, Salaki, for being all over the place, he said that we need to prepare for a cyber attack that can knock off the power grid. That was what? 2 years ago. That's the book of Luke 21 and verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, right? For your redemption draweth nigh. Luke 21 and verse 28. We are here. There's no more time. There's no more time. Brothers, it's time to put your best foot forward now. It's time to put your best foot forward now. We are at the last seconds. We're at the last seconds. At any moment now, can Esau, Edom, flip the switch on this shit, and there goes your ass. Them excuses you think you have, you're not gonna be able. Hey, thou knowest that I was an austere man. You knew what the Lord was about. You knew what was required of you to do. You had to, you had to sacrifice those in the sense of not dealing with them, or they not wanting to deal with you. You got to deal with people separating themselves from you. You have to deal the hardships, right? These different trials and tribulations that the Lord's gonna put upon you. Hey, you got to be able to withstand all that while still pushing the ministry, while still doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Right? People think that what we do is a waste of time. The hours in studying and sacrifice that we put for this ministry is a waste of time. You made no account of our labors. Right? The shit that brothers go through on a day-to-day basis just by being in this ministry, they make no account of your labors. Going to camp every weekend while still trying to maintain your situation, in the world. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Man, these people don't truly believe in these UFOs, right? That's what I'm going to call them. These chariots of fire. They don't truly believe in them. But when they see it, they're going to be troubled with terrible fear, because you're going to know that we're right. You're going to know that we're right, because the Quran was going to be laid out. Jacob's trouble is going to be cracking. And then to top it off, man, you're going to have Leviathan out there on the streets. You're going to have apparitions showing themselves. You're going to have all types of things happening, man, all in one go. And to top it off, you're going to have, Yahweh Shai return in that big chariot, that big UFO, to come back and, give the elect them crowns, man, which we hope and pray and work to be a part of, man. To be a part of. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. This is a dude we used to talk shit about. Man, we thought this dude was fucking crazy. Man, we thought his ass was tripping. We thought he should have been focusing on bettering his life and doing this and doing that. He should have been doing. Whole time, you people don't even understand that this is going to be the biggest investment that we're going to ever make in our entire existence. But you people, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he? As brothers, man, they look at our past and they try to use that against us, not knowing that we are new men. Right? We're not the same people as we were before. And this is why, let me get this in the book of Corinthians. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 11. Actually, I'm going to read up Salaki. Salaki. This is the book of what is it? 1 Corinthians 6? Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves and mankind, as going to them homos. So look, these are things that brothers used to be into. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And such were some of you, but ye are washed, ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of our Lord Yahushua, and by the Spirit of our power. You see, these people don't know what forgiveness and change truly means and truly is. They try to hold on to these, images that brothers had back in the world. You had brothers that were part of gangs. You had brothers that were, robbers, scammers, so on and so forth, right? Adulterers, dealing with other men's wives, so on and so forth, man. All different types of shit that brothers were into. But we are washed with the ring. Let me get this. Salaki for, being all over the place. But this is the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 2-3. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. You just got to show love, and you got to be, the best person that you can possibly be at all times. For I say through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. The scriptures talk about, pride goeth before destruction. Right, the Lord hateth pride. Right, the Lord, is only going to accept the meek, right, the humble. But to think soberly, according as the Most High dealt to every man the measure of faith. Right, we all have our own set measure of faith, but nonetheless, it says, but to think soberly. Brothers, you can sip that yun to an extent. You can't get drunk, but you can sip that yun to an extent. But we know that through the precepts. So what is this talking about? This is going into, the doctrine, right? Not being drunken with all these, not being drunken with wine, which goes into these different philosophies. So, back at Wisdom of Solomon 5:5, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? They're going to be seeing you brothers get beamed up into them chariots. And what's going to happen? They're going to be like, man, I knew him. How the fuck was he? How was he a part of, the Most High's, kin? How is he with them? He used to do this. He used to do that. Verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth. You're never going to be able to come into this truth unless Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua even allows you to. And the light of righteousness has not shined unto us. When you seen those brothers out there teaching on the highways and the byways, when you seen brothers post these lessons, and you scoff and just ignore them, that's the light of righteousness not being shined unto you. And the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Why? Because you worried yourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, right? Following your own promiscuous way, you men and women. Right? Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. You guys don't understand why we do what we do, why we don't put, mammon, in front of us, why we don't look at money the same way as you look at it, why we don't look at females the same way you look at females, why we have a whole different, cadence towards us, and why we do what we do, why we read, why we go out to the highways and the byways and teach. You don't know the path. You don't know the way of the Lord. You don't know what is needed of you to do to make it through these horrendous times that we're getting ready to come into. And we're here. This is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. And honestly, I can see it happening. Right? That movie, Book of Eli, that was based in 2024. The prediction in The Simpsons in 2024, what was going to happen? It was a blackout. Klaus Schwab talking about how a blackout event can change everything. And then he had that news report at the beginning of the year said we need to get prepared for a black swan event. You people don't fucking know what the Lord's getting ready to bring upon here, man. You think shit's all sweet in games. But we'll let it be that, man, because at the end of the day, we're going to be protected. We're going to drink. We're going to have water. We're going to have food. We're going to have clothing. We're going to have shelter. Why you people don't? Why you people are over here fucking, hey, they should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Why you people are out here scared shitless? Because you what? You did not know the way of the Lord. You have not known it. What has pride profited you? Right? Because you look at all your money. You look at your worldly materialistic things. And then you look at brothers that are teaching and doing this work. Look at these crazy ass dudes. Look at these bumalites. Brothers have jobs, man. Brothers do what they need to do. But we understand that we don't need to push money to an extent that we need to push it to. The scriptures tell you, give me neither poverty nor riches. Okay? So when you see brothers out there teaching and moving in the right spirit, you people are all fucking definitely Jake. Jake hella fucking prideful against, us. What has pride profited you? It's not going to profit you shit in this time. All them nice, the house, the nice cars you have parked up in the front. Yeah, maybe some toys in the backyard. That shit is going to be a thing of not coming into this time. You're going to have these, gangs and things of that sort run up into your crib with guns and ammunition and taking your shit. Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? It's going to tell word vaunting, man. And this is why I don't post boasting, bragging. This is why I don't post anything, the Lord blesses me with. On my social medias and things of that sort. Because yes, nice. Thank you for what you're able to, give us. But at the end of the day, those are materialistic things. And materialistic things aren't going to be able to deliver you in its time to come. And you people in the world got to understand that, man. I don't give a fuck how many boats, RVs, I don't know what, quads, razors and Can-Ams and trucks and yeah. That shit's cool. But coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, which we are quickly proceeding to, as you see, you have them chariots showing themselves. You have, the blackouts being talked about. You got World War III going, you got World War III on the brink. You have these BRIC nations just link up and start up their own centralized currency, which is going to, deplete the U.S. dollar. You people that are over here fucking all about riches and boasting about what you have, that shit's going to come to a thing of not. You people are going to be, not the scriptures, but there's a saying, man. The higher you are, the harder you fall. So if you're so damn fucking high-minded now about everything you have and everything you accumulated and worked for and everything you built for, and you just been putting the Lord to the side and just been focusing on what you need to do, you're going to fall hard and real hard. Jacob's trouble is not something to be played with. This ministry is not something to be played with. The Lord is not someone to be played with. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is not, powers that should be played with. This is deadly serious, man. You people don't know what the fuck's getting ready to happen. Verse 9, all those things are passed away like a shadow. This is why the scriptures tell you in Matthew, the 6th chapter, to store up your riches in heaven. And that's what you don't understand. You don't understand the way of the Lord. Us brothers, we're storing up our riches in heaven. And guess what? We're getting ready to cash out. All those things are passed away like a shadow. They don't mean nothing. And as a post that hastened by, they look nice to the eyes. Ooh, that's cool. That's a nice car. I like it. Ooh, that's a nice house. I like it. Ooh, and that's about it. Oh, okay, nice. Cool. Who gives a fuck? All this shit's getting ready to be burned. Let's get this, man. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat? ? Nevertheless, We, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. We want this shit to happen. We want Jacob's trouble to happen. We want the dollar to collapse. We want this blackout to happen because we have faith that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is real. And not only do we have faith, we have works backing up our faith. And faith and beliefs, they go, hand in hand. We believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? Even the name Yahweh, he exists. The miracles that brothers are getting, we have a miracle mindset. We have that type of faith. So for us, to be, hastening the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Bakushai, show more chariot sightings. Right? Show more chariot sightings, Bakushai, pray for fewer days. The scriptures even tell, let me get this, man. Praying for fewer days, man. And what happened? What happened last year? That the earth suddenly started spinning faster than usual. Second Esdras chapter 2, verse 13. Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. Second Esdras 9 chapter. Measure thou the time diligently in itself. Right? Measure thou the time diligently in itself. Hey, the book of Isaiah, the Lord has set up watchmen. Or is it Jeremiah? Yep, it's Isaiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 62 and verse 2. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Yea, that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, bro. Make as many lessons as you can possibly make. Do this work to the best of your ability. Study, read, and watch. Pay attention to the prophecies, the charagma, right? And we're praying for fewer days. We're praying to Yahweh Hashem to come back. And these chariots right here, let me see what brothers have, man. This is cool. Luke 2:13. Suddenly a great army of heavens, angels appeared with an angel, singing praises to the Most High. I think those are the modern now holy. You don't understand. It would be considered demonic to these other nations, right? We used to call the Lord Abusadi, which means a demon-like power, right? Because of the judgment that he's going to execute out here in Babylon the Great. It's going to seem like that's a demon. The scriptures talk about, the scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy, I kill, I wound, I heal, and I make alive, and there is no God beside me. And these are clearly not demonic entities, but in the sense of they're working for the left-hand side. Okay. Alicia's eyes got opened up when, let me get it. I stumbled upon that name. Armenians of Salakia. 2 Kings 6. And this is what us brothers are getting ready to come into. Right? The Arameans plot to capture Elisha. Who's plotting to capture the elect on this side? Esau, Edom. But what happened? He answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Esau, Edom is not going to be able to do anything to the Lord's elect. Even if it's your lot to get put, to the FEMA camps. Believe it or not, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is still there looking out for you. And you're not going to feel any pain going into that guillotine. And you got to have that faith. And the Lord's going to give you that faith at that moment, that strength. But yeah, man, these chariots are showing themselves more and more. I want to show you, man, that we at the end. Let me get this one right here. the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Okay. Counsel get, him entering into the house of the thief. Who was that thief? Esau, Edom. And who stole the children of Israel? Amalek. Esau, Edom. The head tribe of Esau, Edom, Amalek. And where are they? Here. Where is the concentration of those Israelites? Here in America, Babylon the Great. Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 3. Then said he unto me, right, this is going into that roll. Read it from verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. Okay. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief that's going to Esau, Edom, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. When we read up the book of Isaiah 66 and verse 15, what did it say? The Lord is going to come with his chariots to render his anger with fury, to render his anger with fire, and his fury with something effect with fire. It's a lie. I'm going to just get it because I did just butcher that. Just get it real quick, just to go back to it. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Yep. So, man, hey, these chariots, showing themselves more. This was on January 1st, 2024. This was the beginning of this year. Hey, man, we almost out of here, Akron, man. Keep pushing, keep it going. We don't have too much time left. It's not the time to get weak. It's not the time, whatever you're focusing on more than, this ministry, put that shit to the side. Try your hardest to put it to the side. And pray. Pray without ceasing. Right? You're supposed to constantly pray, constantly throw prayers. And so with that,